Our meeting with Billy Roper, the White Revolution's leader, took place in a parking lot under the surveillance of the federal police and the security services. In suit and tie, he is the incarnation of a different racist America, a liaison among the skinheads, the KKK, and the classic right wing. White Revolution organized this rally in Topeka, Kansas, protesting against the anniversary of the end of racial segregation in schools. They will be meeting at the very place where, 50 years ago, the historic bill was passed.
We don't want your racist hate! Pack your shit and leave the state! We don't want your racist hate! Pack your shit and leave the state! Goodbye!
If it's brown, flush it down! If it's brown, flush it down!
Roper is someone who's considered something of a rising star on the far right, and Roper has been somewhat successful in creating coalitions in the white supremacist movement. This is his idea, to create a group, a coalition that will be able to bring about this white revolution that they desire. The problem for Roper is that even though he's much better educated and more articulate than many of the white supremacist leaders right now, he's someone who is going to come up against, and already has come up against, this infighting that goes on all the time in the white supremacist movement. And we saw that this past weekend. A group that was part of the coalition, the National Socialist Movement, backed out because they were asked not to wear Nazi uniforms.
I believe that we are already in a race war in the United States. The only difference is that the white race has not yet begun to fight back. We're being assaulted, our people are being robbed, raped, and murdered every day. The United States government, along with every other formerly white-controlled government, denies us the right to white schools, white neighborhoods, white communities, white political organizations, and everything else that would be necessary for the survival of our race and our culture. According to the United Nations definition of the term, that is genocide that is being perpetrated against the white race.
Number 9 is pregnant!
We are here because we believe that discrimination is wrong.
Yeah, everybody's.
And integration started here, and it goes worldwide.
And what do you think about the situation that white extremists are coming here?
I think that they need to go back home, honestly, and don't come here ever again. Yeah, that's how it is.
And it's a shame, you know, considering that after 50 years of this historic decision that we're still having this type of issues coming around, so yeah.
And do you think a new generation of right extremists are growing up now? Or?
As far as the new generation, I would have to say yes. As the country becomes more diversified and as the world becomes more global, yeah, I see it as more extremist and more dangerous. We see that now with our political leaders and their views and everything like that also, so yeah, definitely.
So they're on the verge of being able to form an actual electoral party in the United States. We're fairly concerned about that. And that's the baseline situation. If you want, like, something more
I need for you to go back over to your side now.
He's on this side. He's a photographer.
He came down. No, I'm not going to talk to you. Yes, and you rode down with the bus with this group. You need to go over to this group now. And that's why I'm trying to move him back. You need to move back over, sir.
But we want to make interview to the other side.
I understand. You can do that later. You need to move to the other side now, sir.
What was it?
Probably Billy.
You need back.
You don't have enough of my picture? Come on.
Go back.
Yes, it could be possible that some part of Europe might be maintainable as a white homeland or a refuge for whites from North America and elsewhere once, if it happens, that our countries and nations are lost. It would be a sad thought.
We have chapters all over Europe, from France to Germany, from Spain to Greece, from Poland, from Ukraine. We have them all over, and they all have their own chapters, we call it. They have their own churches.
Well, the customs people always ask me that. when I come back through. Why am I going to Europe, and who did I stay with, and stuff like that. My passport was just filled with stamps and from all around, you know. You should have seen it when I came back from Serbia. Boy, they just, because I brought back a Serbian military jacket, you know, with the eagle and all that, and they're, what are you doing hanging out with paramilitaries? I was like, paramilitaries? Everybody in Serbia has to serve in the military. The whole country is paramilitary. But when I do go to Europe, it's always for some kind of blood and honor event or to meet people. Serbia was a big meeting, international meeting of just so many people. It's almost like these missionaries that go to these other countries to spread the word of, you know, Christianity. That's almost like what I do with Blood and Honors. And there's Mirko and my friend Nikolai, Russian girl, big Russian, really. Russia is definitely one of the places in Moscow that I'd like to go visit. I got a lot of good comrades there that I've known for many years off the internet. I've met some in England, and then I met quite a few when I was in Serbia. And I tell you what, those were some nice guys. I mean, the Eastern Europeans are very, very polite. They're very nice, and I've been doing things for them on the internet for many years, and they're very loyal.
We go now from the U.S. to Russia, because that country is inevitably mentioned by American extremists we have interviewed. We have learned that the main American groups have close links to Russian racists. They have even created cells in Moscow. Post-communist Russia has become the promised land for Western racists. Putin's Russia, at war with Chechen Muslims, is thus the key to the survival of the so-called white race. The country represents for white power a land of exile. Officially, there are close to 50,000 skinheads in Russia. The most famous Russian band, Kolovrat, appears on the Kriegsberichte tape. Proving that music knows no borders, they sing in English and Russian and perform all over Europe. Skinheads and Russian racists do not figure as independent, isolated units. They belong to the same networks.
Possible 2 o'clock? Okay, perfect. So what is the name of this cafe? Okay, in an hour. Okay, thank you very much and see you tomorrow. Okay, thank you, bye-bye.
It's Bart, the American, who put us in touch with the Russian skinheads. The movement has managed to become influential in the countries of the former Eastern Bloc.
We know Bart. We have a really very good contact with Bart. He is our friend. We saw him on the concert in Serbia last year.
Да, где выступали Chink for Attack, Violent Warriors, Battle Flag, сербская очень хорошая наша группа, наши друзья. Барт наш очень хороший друг. Мы поддерживаем наших соратников в США.
Сейчас у нас сложилась такая ситуация, что мы открываем организации. Мы сейчас считаем себя как позиционируем себя как Blanco Combatant. Соответственно, мы требуем к людям в других городах, чтобы они были комбатейсен, а не просто Blanco.
Да.
Il y a beaucoup de pauvreté et les jeunes gens ne voient pas la perspective de faire leur carrière dans le sens occidental. Et il entre dans les bandes, d'abord les bandes des quartiers. Maintenant, ces bandes sont unies par le nationalisme. Ce ne sont pas les bandes de quartier dans le sens propre. Il y a les bandes des Azéris, il y a les bandes des Russes, Skinhead, etc., etc.
This new generation has chosen to forget history. The paradox is overwhelming. After more than 25 million people were killed in World War II, Russian youth are deliberately and overtly neo-Nazi.
Tourist, солист группы, Tourist Band.
Okay.
Это Дмитрий из особого отдела по борьбе с неграми.
Il représente le département spécial de lutte contre le nègre.
Денис.
Monsieur Denis.
Солист группы Cyclone B.
Soliste de la groupe musicale Cyclone B.
Ну, это легендарный человек, самоуничтожитель негров.
И быть вместе, и не теряться там друг от дружки. Просто если мы будем вместе, как говорится, тогда у нас будет сила. Если мы будем по раздельности, нас задавят. У нас нет выбора просто. Если только объединяться, вот и все.
Хотел так сказать, что наши уличные войны находятся в постоянной боеготовности. В общем, враг от нас не скроется. Вот. То есть мы всегда находимся в боевых действиях. Вот. И никогда не скрываемся. Иногда бывает, что преимущественно нас в стороне, но в общем-то, мы все равно стоим. Вот. Тому подтверждение шрамы на моем лице.
Просто с девушкой шел, вот. Анди, посмотрите, вот этот чурка здесь воткнулся. Просто я по улице, просто шел по улице.
Да хорошо она будет развиваться, понимаешь? Чем больше проходит времени, тем больше набираемся опыта. Чем больше опыта, тем движение больше растет. Понимаешь? Это все закономерно.
These Slavic Union militants are representative of the new violent groupings. Their symbol is a swastika inside a cross. There are thousands of them spread across the country, organized into youth divisions, paramilitary factions, and veteran groups. The leader, Dmitry Demushkin, is open about his convictions. He feels powerful, prospering as he does in the shadow of the Kremlin, and even has links to the Russian parliament, the Duma.
В отличие от Запада, мы себя как раз здесь отверженными не считаем. Я здесь живу, это моя земля. К нам так относятся в обществе в России. Несмотря ту войну, которую мы здесь прошли, я поезжаю в русские города, Ярославль, Кострому и так далее, и делаю за полгода в Ярославле организацию численностью 5500 человек. Как, по-вашему, ко мне там относятся люди?
Representing a new generation of extremist leaders, Demushkin is a sort of godfather figure to his troops. For him, the Slavic people have a vital role to play in the struggle to defend the white race. They are classified as pure Aryans. Demushkin feels powerful. Even Orthodox priests bless the swastika on the Slavic Union flag.